chaos, confusion, congestion, conflict. What are we talking about? Would you believe it's the Perth property market? We've seen vacancy rates under 0.5%. We've seen record low listings. We've seen 12 interest rate hikes in nearly 12 months. We've seen 1,200 builders go belly up last year, and we're up to 2,000 this year, and it's not over. There's a hell of a lot happening in the Perth property market and nationwide as well. So I think it's time we peel back a few layers and actually see where are the opportunities and what do you got to avoid. And despite all these wonderful things that local, federal and state governments are doing, on the other side, they're stuffing it up with bureaucratic bungling and all these layers. We've got red tape, blue tape, pink tape, all sorts of tape. July the 1st, we have the Aboriginal Heritage Act coming out, and I tell you what, it's caused such a stir that the Pastoral and Grazing Association were able to get 30,000 people to sign a petition in just over a week to let's stall that for 6 months because we're not prepared for it. September the 1st, we have the R codes changing. We have the Residential Tenancies Act and the Commercial Tenancies Act currently under review. We have the WA Retirement Living Act under review. We now have public open space open for review. We've got all these different layers that is making the job of the developer and the private investor trying to bring product to the market so much harder, so much more costly, and some are saying, look, is it really worth it? So what does all this mean to the average West Australian who's involved with property? One way or another, whether you're a renter, you're a homeowner, or you're an investor, or you're on the other side, you're a developer, it has great ramifications. I see the Perth property market being one of the safest markets probably in the world the way things are going, because we've historically had very little growth for the last decade and the costs for replacement are going through the roof, as is the time to get these through to the market. So I can only see the congestion we've got there at the moment. There's a huge bottleneck of supply that's going to push prices further. So if you can scrape together a deposit to buy your first home to get out of the rental trap or buy an investment property, I believe now is a really good time. But I tell you what, as an investor as well, look out for the tax department. So the end of financial year is the perfect time to draw a line in the sand about your investment strategy and your wealth creation. And I'm suggesting also that since COVID, people have been renting out places, working from home, etc. Be careful with your tax return because they are seeking extra revenue. But all of those that you've been following me for a few years doing these end of financial year summaries, basically, we've come to a point now that I've been predicting for a few years now. And I tell you what, when we're here in 12 months' time, I think a lot of us will be saying, I wish I should have, I could have. So look, if that's you now and you think you want to take a step forward, love to assist. Now's the time. Thanks, guys.